Hi, everyone. It's Katie here. I'm so glad to be here live with you. It's been forever. We've just been really, really busy lately with lots of stuff going on. So, today I want to talk to you about how to move forward in your spiritual journey, especially when you're feeling very stuck. So, if this describes you, pay attention because this message might just be for you. It is time to get unstuck so that you can experience the freedom that you absolutely 100% deserve because Christ came to earth in order to give us freedom, not to have us continue to feel stuck or out of place or kind of in a rut. Okay, so this is really all about unsticking yourself so that you can move forward. So I'm going to tell you three ways that you might be able to do this. Not that you might be able to, that you absolutely can do this and get unstuck. And if these resonate with you, let me know. Put any questions into the comments below. Be sure to tag me and I will get back to you. So I'm going to describe three ways. The first way is, y'all, you can't keep doing things the same way. If you feel like you've been stuck and like you're in a pattern and you've been doing this for weeks, months, years, decades, then you have to do something new. So I'm just going to describe a typical maybe pattern that might or might not fit you, especially around metaphysics, because that's kind of what we do here, especially around metaphysics. And it's just a pattern that I see a lot, which is you're curious, you want to know what's next, you want to know what your gifts are. And so you maybe go to YouTube and you watch a bunch of videos on YouTube. Some of them may even be mine. Thank you if you're watching. That's great. Some of them may not be. That's also fine. Then you get kind of curious. Maybe you tiptoe into the waters a little bit. You start to explore what could this look like in your own journey. And then you get a little scared. You start listening to old programming in your head or in your, among your community. And then you retreat. And then you start that process all over again. Right. So that's one pattern that may not be working for you. Another pattern, it's doing things the same way over and over, could be that you get a lot of head knowledge from YouTube. Maybe you pick up a book or two from friends, whatever. So you have a lot up here, but it's not down here. It's not your soul. It's not your heart. You don't know how to implement it. So you can know all you want to about chakras. If you're not in touch with your own chakras and can't clear your own chakras, doesn't really matter. So that's another pattern, is that we think the knowledge will be the transformative thing. Knowledge is only one step in the process. The implementation of that knowledge is actually where it's really all at, because that's how we infuse energy into our very lives, into our souls, into our being. Okay, so those are just two kind of things that I see that are pretty common, of people doing things the same way over and over and not actually kind of changing their pattern. Okay, so if those describe you, it's time to do something new, which is to figure out a way to implement all of this into your own journey. A second way to get unstuck is to create a new story for yourself, because God is a God of transformation. God is creating new creations, you, all of the time. So God is not about us staying in the same old story that's not serving us. So recently I made a post in the group that said, what's keeping you from spiritually thriving? And you have a lot of stuff going on. I totally get it, right? You're busy, you have family things, there's been traumatic things that have happened. And those are all really real. They're really legitimate. So I'm not saying that those aren't real, but it's the story we tell ourselves about why we're not thriving. Oh, if only my family would be more supportive, then I could thrive spiritually. Oh, if only I could have a different job, then I would thrive spiritually. Oh, if only I wasn't, if only my spouse was more supportive, then I could thrive spiritually. So I'm not saying that any of those things wouldn't help, but we can't use them as the crutch for why we're not thriving. So I could very easily say the exact opposite. Oh, well, if you figure out how to thrive spiritually, maybe these other situations will change. Well, if you figure out how to thrive spiritually, maybe the impact of what your community says to you won't matter so much, because who cares? You're thriving spiritually anyhow, right? So there's all these kind of options for how to tell yourself a new story. So if you change your story, you change your life. So I encourage everyone to look really, really deeply at the story that's informing you about why you can't do something and just flip it and say, well, what if I could do, what if I could step out? What if I could explore past lives? What if I could be an energetic healer? How would life change then? And not tell yourself why you can't, but flip that around to say why you can. Right. So I would actually love to hear a new story. Type that below, like put that below for us so that we can see some of that. Okay. A third thing is, it's just time to do it. Choose something you want to explore and pursue it, not just in your head, but in your heart too. Right. Just make it happen. Make it happen. If we kind of spin in wheels and we're down the rabbit hole all the time about like search after search after search after search, we feel like we're getting a lot of knowledge, but we're not actually implementing it and letting it change our lives and actually utterly transform our lives from the inside out. And that's really what this journey is all about. So let me encourage you, like, choose something that you want to explore in the metaphysical world and just explore it. Okay, so those are 3 ways that you can begin to create your own destiny here, that you can really get unstuck and start to move forward and really, really start to thrive. So 1, don't keep doing things the same old way. You have to change something. 2, tell yourself a new story, flip that script. And then 3, choose something and just like do it, pursue it. Now, if you're feeling like all of these are pretty challenging, that you can't really grab on, like that it's possible, but you don't know how, then it's time to reach out and get some assistance, right? To get a mentor. It could be me, it could be someone else. I don't really care who it is, just make it happen, right? You have to find someone who has done this and can shepherd you through the process. So if you are someone who is ready for transformation and you want it quickly and you're ready to get unstuck, to do things in a different way, to tell a different story, to pursue all of these things that you want to learn, then it's the time to reach out to me. So you can always send me a private message. All you need to say is, I'm ready for transformation. And then we'll just talk. I want to see what kind of transformation it is you want. If I'm someone who can help get you there, then I absolutely will. If not, then let's resource you and find you what will get you the transformation that you need. Okay, y'all. So it's time to get unstuck. Comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, let's do this. It's time. It's absolutely time. You've been waiting long enough. So let's tell a new story and get yourself energetically spiritualized all from the inside out. All right, everyone. It's great to talk to you. We'll talk to you soon.